rabbit hunting season?
It's not?
No, it's duck hunting season.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for Bugs Bunny's rudest moments. Some minor spoilers may be ahead.
Okay, shorty, catch me. I'm gonna jump. Here I come!
Number 20, Breaking and Entering.
We haven't any porridge for Goldilocks, only these old carrots.
Hey, what is a Looney Tunes cartoon without a couple of felonies being committed, right? When three bears try luring Goldilocks to their home with the aid of carrot soup, it's Bugs Bunny they end up attracting instead. In Bugs Bunny and the Three Bears, he more or less finds himself as Goldilocks' replacement.
Ketchup! Ketchup! Where's the ketchup at?
He breaks in through the window, devours the soup, and even ends up locking the bears out of their bedroom. While it's true that the bears didn't have the best of intentions, don't forget that Bugs broke into a house just because he smelled some soup. No matter how tempting it might be, that's not exactly something a model citizen should do.
And here he is, still been sleeping in my bed.
What's up, Doc?
Number 19, Pretending to Care.
Poor little Maroon. So trusting. So naive.
Bugs Bunny Rides Again is a classic Looney Tunes cartoon that shows the rocky relationship between Bugs and Yosemite Sam. At one point, when Yosemite Sam falls off a cliff, Bugs Bunny arrives to the rescue by placing a mattress on the floor to catch him. Despite their animosity, this was a touching moment that showed Bugs was still willing to save Sam. Oh wait, actually, Bugs ends up pulling the mattress away at the last second as a joke and lets Sam crash onto the ground.
You know, sometimes me conscience kind of bothers me. But not this time.
Never mind, here's the real moral of the story. Do not expect to get help from Bugs Bunny.
So long, Sammy. See you in Miami.
Number 18, Humiliating a Magician in front of his audience. Case of the Missing Hair is where all the magic happens. Well, that is to say, it's where all the magic that this magician is allowed to do happens.
You?
Yes, me.
You see, Bugs spends this cartoon attempting to humiliate the magician and downplay his tricks. And unfortunately, it works pretty well. Sure, it wasn't right for the magician to put his advertisements up on Bugs' home, but getting these levels of revenge hardly feels appropriate.
What a performance, D'Artagnan! What a performance!
We should aspire to solve our differences peacefully rather than throwing pies in faces and slamming mallets into people's heads to get even. Number 17, jokes about Daffy and Elmer being caught in a nightmare scenario.
Would you like genuine artificial imitation butter flavor on your popcorn?
Some characters just aren't meant for the silver screen. When Elmer Fud attempts to force Bugs Bunny to exit the movie theater for not paying, it leads to a bunch of wacky hijinks. It isn't long until Daffy Duck gets involved in the chaos too.
Sneak into my theater, will you rascally rabbit?
Rabbit? Pardon, mon frere, but this is the rabbit you seek. I'm no rabbit.
But Bugs outsmarts the two and manages to trap them inside a horror movie that kinda looks like Friday the 13th. When Daffy and Elmer desperately plead for help to get out, they get ignored by Bugs. If hearing their uncomfortable screams of fear wasn't bad enough, Bugs ends the cartoon by cracking a joke at their expense.
Let me out of here! It takes a miracle to get into pictures, and now these two jokers want to get out.
We know we're supposed to root for Bugs here, but honestly, we feel pretty bad for Elmer and Daffy. Number 16, Feeding Taz Junk.
A strong, murderous beast, jaws as powerful as a steel trap, has ravenous appetite, eats tigers, lions, elephants, buffaloes, donkeys, giraffes, octopuses, rhinoceroses, mooses, ducks, rabbits.
It shouldn't be that much of a surprise that the things that Bugs fed Taz in Devil May Hair are definitely not part of a healthy diet. To avoid being eaten by the Tasmanian devil, Bugs prepares a series of odd meals to feed Taz instead.
I smell chicken.
Chicken?
Sure, Doc. Wait right here and I'll fix it up for you.
On this menu are inflatable pigs, wooden deer, and even a chicken that Bugs recreates from bubblegum.
Luncheon is served. Luncheon is served.
Bugs, it's fine if you want to save yourself from disaster, but it might be better to just run out of there instead of trying to create potentially lethal dishes. Number 15, blowing up the Easter rabbit.
Here's the Easter rabbit, hooray! The happy Easter rabbit, hooray!
Bugs is a menace even to animals like him. When Bugs meets the Easter rabbit, it becomes clear that the rabbit is disheveled. So, to help, Bugs agrees to deliver his Easter eggs himself.
Well, I'm not doing anything. I'll deliver the Technicolor hen fruit for you. I don't think you can do it. Don't worry, Doc. I'll be okay.
We'll admit that the Easter rabbit tricking Bugs into doing his work is a dishonorable move. But that doesn't mean Bugs should have planted a bomb on him in retaliation. That's right, when Bugs essentially finds out he's been tricked into stressful work, he gets a bomb made to look like an Easter egg and leaves it for the Easter rabbit. Then, when the rabbit picks it up, the bomb goes off in his face.
It's this suspense that gets me.
Maybe this holiday mascot should take a break from visiting the Looney Tunes universe. Number 14, detonating an oil drilling site.
Oh, give me a home where the billionaires roam and the oil and the cattlemen play.
When Devil, Rich Texan, and Bugs butt heads over the possession of the hole that the bunny calls his home, the disagreement quickly turns explosive. Bugs frustrates the rich oil tycoon so much that he decides to load an ungodly amount of dynamite into the home.
Well, what do you know? Somebody sent me a present. Gee, just what I've always wanted. I guess he wants to make it a regular blowout.
When he deceives him yet again, the TNT is lit and the tycoon gets caught in a major explosion. There are ways to deal with getting your property taken from you, but driving an oil baron to the brink of madness and causing a major form of destruction like this is not one of them.
Hey, looks like I brought in a carrot gusher. Yeah, I know. But anything can happen in Texas.
Number 13, sending a dog off a building. No matter what way you try to slice it, this experience just sounds horrible. When a pesky bulldog starts roughing it up with Bugs, he devises a plan to get rid of him.
What you looking for, Doc?
I'm looking for a rabbit.
Does he have long ears, a fuzzy tail, and hop around like this?
Yeah, that's him.
Knowing that the dog isn't exactly the brightest, he hurls a stick over the side of a building like a game of fetch. This leads the pit bull to instinctively chase it, which causes him to plummet from the building. Bugs totally tried to kill this dog, right? When the pit bull is later dangling on a clothesline, Bugs even goes out of his way to pry his fingers off of it.
This ittle pitty stayed home. This ittle pitty had roast beef. And, what do you know? Where are the pitties?
Even if you want to make a case that the pit bull should have known better, Bugs still had sinister intentions here. Number 12, putting someone in an Iron Maiden. The big bad wolf found himself on the end of a brutal beatdown when he encountered Bugs during false hair. When the wolf tries luring Bugs into a trap with the help of his nephew, Bugs manages to flip the script and get the wolf trapped inside of an Iron Maiden instead.
When I say now, you rush out yelling, "Surprise, surprise!" Now!
Surprise, surprise!
Keep in mind that when we're talking about an Iron Maiden, we're not referring to the band.
Arms down, like this.
Oh, I get it now. Surprise, surprise! And when he comes out of the dark room, let me know what develops, eh?
In this case, it's a pretty painful-looking torture device. The fact that Bugs was so unafraid of the wolf made his actions that much more terrifying.
How's this? Or this? This better? Oh, this is a good pose.
Oh, boy. Look, Mac, can't you just stand straight, arms down, like this?
Yes, the big bad wolf lived up to his name, but this was an encounter where the predator was the prey in the end. Number 11, spreading Rabbititis. Is there anything Bugs loves more than tormenting Elmer Fud?
Let me see your rabbit.
wise.
No rabbit in there, Doc. You've been robbed.
Seriously, right from the very start of Hair Tonic, Bugs proved to be an absolute menace. He didn't just terrorize Elmer by eating his carrots and heckling him inside of his house. No, he went above and beyond. In the cartoon's closing moments, Bugs makes a fake announcement warning of rabbititis.
And in the final stages, the patient has delusions, assuming the characteristics of rabbits.
Oh, gracious, highly contagious. Goodbye. Oh, my.
The highly contagious disease that was infecting all rabbits might have been fake, but don't tell Elmer that. Yup, Bugs Bunny might just be one of the biggest gaslighters in animation.
He's getting all fuzzy. Yeah, they've got it. Everybody out there's got rabbititis. Ah!
Number 10, being a Peeping Tom. In the beginning of the episode Hurdy-Gurdy Hair, Bugs has already proven how sleazy he can be, using a young monkey to help him make money from playing music.
Okay, Monk, start collecting.
He even tries to cheat the little chimp out of his share. Still, angering the chimp and later on a gorilla just hints at the perverted nature he's capable of.
You're a big boy now. Take your finger out of your mouth.
There are a couple of times where Bugs peeks through one of the windows of an apartment and makes a lady shriek.
Whoops. Pardon me, I'm sure.
It's safe to assume that Bugs got a peek at something he shouldn't have, and the stinker sees no shame in it. Seriously, man, don't you know how to respect a woman's privacy?
Number 9, stealing a ride from castaways. Could you imagine being stuck on a deserted island with the likes of Bugs Bunny?
What's the good word, strangers?
Food!
It'd be tough to tolerate him for more than a few minutes, and Wakiki Wabbit showed that he would gladly steal a ride and leave you behind. Towards the end of the short, the pair of castaways spots a ship and manages to flag it down.
A ship! A ship! We're saved! Hooray! We're saved! We're going on a boat! We're going on a boat!
Bugs soon joins the excitement and begins exchanging so many farewells he tricks the castaways into thinking he's the one leaving.
I'll see you next time. Bye. Enjoy yourself.
Before they realize their stupidity, the rascally rabbit has already set sail. Number 8, tampering with construction equipment for revenge.
I don't know what could have come over me. Of course I'll put it right back.
Thank you very much, Mac. No hard feelings. Good night.
Pleasant dreams.
Bugs takes things way too far when a construction worker digs up his home and dumps the remains in a truck. Bugs ends up using some of the construction equipment as a means for revenge, and the results are incredibly violent. Even by cartoon standards, his abuse is brutal. And we can't even begin to imagine how graphic this could have potentially become. Gee, seems like Bugs isn't one to believe in overkill.
I'm feeling mighty low.
Number 7, putting on an unprofessional performance. So far we've learned that Bugs will stoop to any level if it means getting his way. But his stunts in Rhapsody Rabbit show a more petty side to him. In the short, Bugs attempts to put on a performance of Hungarian Rhapsody. Throughout the concert, he fires at an audience member for coughing, takes a phone call in the middle of the performance,
What's up, Doc?
and assaults a mouse who just wants to get in on the action. Clearly, Bugs wanted a one-man show. And damn anyone who's gonna make it anything less than perfect. Number 6, causing a Martian invasion. In the short Hair Way to the Stars, Bugs finds himself taking a ride in a rocket ship and ends up on Marvin the Martian's base.
Something tells me I should have stood in bed.
Surprisingly, Bugs is at his most heroic here, as he manages to stop Marvin from blowing up the Earth and even causes the Martian base to explode.
Oh, goody! My Illudium Q-36 explosive space modulator.
Well, back to the old drawing board.
However, during his escape, Bugs swipes a container filled with instant Martians and lands in a sewer back on Earth. Given that Martians only need water to be grown, you can guess what happens next. And what does Bugs do to try to fix the problem? Absolutely nothing.
Run for the hills, folks, or you'll be up to your armpits in Martians.
Nice, Bugs. You've doomed us all. Number 5. Faking illness and death several times. This hare may be the herald of harassment, but he's also a tyrant of trickery.
Please don't let it be goodbye, little buddy. I've done a bad thing. I've melted the little buddy down. I've killed a little buddy.
Bugs has proven that he will do absolutely anything to get what he wants, and we mean anything. Throughout the decades-long life of Looney Tunes, Bugs has gone so far as to fake illnesses and even death, sometimes doing it just to mess with others.
Hey, I'm getting pneumonia. Open up. I'll die.
Obviously, the rabbit has no consideration for the psychological trauma he could be causing, and the fact that he'll do it for sick kicks is equally abhorrent.
Please, Mr. Rabbit, go on back to the forest where you belong. Be nice with the rabbit.
Ooh, ouch, ow. Hey, what are you trying to do, kill me?
How have Elmer, Daffy, and Yosemite Sam not ended up in a mental health institution yet?
Medium rare. This, my good sir,
Stinks!
Number 4. Sabotaging society. After seeing the bounty amount for rabbits, Bugs believes the US doesn't think rabbits are worth anything.
2 cents for a... 2 cents for a rabbit? Why, that's an insult.
When his meeting with the game warden doesn't go as planned, Bugs hatches a plan to make the bounty skyrocket, and he proceeds to sabotage society in a variety of ways.
Rabbits are perfectly harmless, and the bounty stands at 2 cents.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll show you a rabbit can be more obnoxious than anybody.
For starters, he ties up all the railroads in a big bow, fills in the Grand Canyon, vandalizes the Washington Monument, and even manages to saw Florida off the country and send it down the Atlantic Ocean. Thankfully, this ends up biting him in the butt as the world starts hunting him down for his crimes.
$1 million? Nah, that's more like it. Bugs Bunny, king of the beasts.
You'd think Bugs would have learned after this. Alas, we still have 3 more entries.
Number 3. Making people go bananas.
Let's be honest, in real life, none of us would last more than a couple of minutes with Bugs and his gags.
Oh, I get it. Trick or treat. I didn't realize it was Halloween already. Okay, here's some candy for you, and here's your treat. Hey, swell getup you got, kids.
Those who dare cross paths with him have often found themselves going crazy, regardless if they were his intended target or an innocent bystander.
Look, Doc, are you looking for trouble? I'm not a stewing wabbit. I'm a fricasseeing wabbit.
In addition to driving his usual victims crazy, like the dim-witted Elmer Fud, Bugs has made a notorious criminal jump off the Golden Gate Bridge and caused an astrologist to resign from his position after bringing 2 planets and the moon to an observatory.
Please, officer, you gotta help me. I'm flipping me lid. Everybody's turning into rabbits.
Nobody is safe from this rabbit's mischief. Number 2. Relentlessly tormenting Elmer Fud. As we've mentioned throughout this list, Elmer has often found himself on the edge when it comes to hunting bugs.
Oh, where do I get that rabbit?
What would you want with a rabbit?
One could argue that Bugs' actions are in self-defense, but some of the things Bugs does to Elmer are extreme. From tricking Elmer into thinking he's dead, to destroying his own property, to assaulting him with an assortment of items, Bugs has put the poor guy through all kinds of physical, emotional, and psychological trauma.
Gee, I wonder if he made it.
Yep, he made it.
He's even gone so far as to try to bury Elmer alive.
Goodbye, old buddy.
So long, Methuselah.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Getting Daffy shot. What could be worse than getting put through as much torture as Elmer? Suffering the same kind of torment over and over and over again.
You're a dirty dog. And you are a dirty skunk. I'm a dirty skunk? I'm a dirty skunk?
That is precisely why Daffy is at the top of this list. Across a handful of shorts, Bugs has found countless ways to get Daffy staring down the barrel of a shotgun. He'll even pull some of the laziest tricks in the book by either dressing up as a duck or tricking Daffy into saying,
Duck season! Rabbit season! Rabbit season! Duck season! Rabbit season! I say it's duck season, and I say fire!
It's gotten to the point where Bugs could probably write a series of books on how to cook a duck.
You're despicable.
Is there a mischievous moment we missed? Let us know in the comments.
What's the good word, strangers?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.